Hello everybody, we are back here on the Hunter Call of the Wild, and today we're going to go out for some more Great One grinding. As of recording this, I am about 531 kills into the grind, so we're definitely making progress, and hopefully it will get us a Great One very, very soon. We're about a third of the way to where Flinter was when he got his, so hopefully we'll start seeing some good stuff pop up. It's been probably 250 to 300 kills since the last good whitetail deer, which was that double piebald that we got. So since then, it's been kind of not that great. We had a couple low 270s bucks, but no diamonds, no rares since the piebalds. Hopefully that will change very, very soon. But anyway, we are getting very, very close to the next live stream for EW, and I'm really hoping that they will showcase something about the new map. They haven't really said much since the teaser, and I was kind of expecting a little more information to come out, but we haven't really seen much, so I'm really hoping something will come out soon to give us some more hints, or maybe show off the map, or who knows, maybe they'll even show the map this Tuesday, but it's really hard to say. Hopefully we'll get something though. And here is those little guys right here, 172 and 154. We actually missed vitals on that guy, so that's a little unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. Looks like we only have one buck here, but still need to get it down. It is a pretty small one, sadly. I've been getting a lot of small bucks at some of these locations. I do have a couple that have been producing pretty good-sized deer, though, which is really nice. A couple of them have been consistently producing 260s bucks, so... And there is this little guy right here. Perfect little heart shot, so that's nice. I wasn't really sure if I was just going to show the good kills today, or if I was going to kind of try to fit as many kills into the video as I possibly could, but I think I'm going to try and just put in as many kills as I possibly can, make it as action-packed of a video as possible. There is actually our first 85 to 100 buck of the day, so definitely want to get that guy down. We're going to try and get the second one too, if we possibly can. And yeah, it should do the trick. Looks like we got a single lung. Here is the decent buck. It's a 225. That's not too bad at all. That's actually a really twisty rack, so definitely not mad at that. That's a very unique one. Not too bad. It's always cool to see those strange looking bucks that have very uneven antlers. And there is the smaller one. For some reason in the lighting he looked kind of different, but I guess it was just a regular one. Well, it looks like after a few days of not having any whitetail deer at this zone, we finally do, and it's a single doe. So that's not exactly what we're looking for, so a little disappointed, but at least something is there again. And this zone right here, it seems like the bucks are always back in the trees, while the does are always out front. I always have to end up calling them, so that's what we're going to try and do. Unfortunately, these guys do not want to come out of the trees, so I'm not really going to waste any more time here. Oh, actually, there's one. We'll go ahead and shoot that one, I guess. Not going to be able to use the stand, but we'll still be able to get it down. There we go. Alright, and here is that little buck right here. I think we got a, middle neck shot on that guy. 171, pretty average size buck. For those of you that have watched the whitetail guide video I did recently, you'll probably remember that this location right here we had just recently found when I made that video, and we had around 6 bucks here. Unfortunately, ever since then I've only had a max of 2 as respawns, so it's a little unfortunate. I'm not sure why, but for some reason only 2 have been respawning, so we don't have nearly as many as I hoped for, but either way, I guess it's still more bucks to take down, but it's just unfortunate that it went from being a zone that had 6 bucks clear down to a zone with 2 bucks. Alright, and here is that little buck right here. Just a 182. Typical average looking buck. I only see 1 buck out at this location. Normally I have 3 of them here. I'm guessing, yes, there's another one. They're kind of tucked behind the rocks. We're probably going to try and call them out. I don't know if they'll come to it, but it's worth a shot, so we can hopefully get more than just 1. Now, something we could try is maybe a neck shot here. And we missed it, but we got the other one. That should at least bring it down. So we got 2. Well, here is at least the one that we dropped on the spot. We double lunged him. Took him out immediately. 188 on the score. This is one of the bigger ones we've killed so far. It's been kind of a rough day as far as good size bucks. We've had a couple over 200, but most of them have been sub 200, sadly. This one right here, if we would have hit it good, would have been a pretty good one also, but unfortunately, we ended up missing the next shot, and well, it was kind of over after that. One thing that I'm really hoping we can get during this grind is a decent size albino or melanistic. It's something I've really never found. All of my albinos and melanistics have been pretty small. I think all of them have been under 210, which is unfortunate to say the least. We've had a lot of really small ones, which is not exactly great. Hopefully we can get something good besides the great one whenever that happens. But we've had a decent piebald in the past, and I'm hoping we can get one that's at least to match that. I think the piebald we had was at least 7 or 8 months ago, and it scored like 220s. So hopefully we can get something like that, or hopefully even better. Now, as some of you guys might remember, we actually deleted this zone by accident during one of the live streams, and I didn't realize that eventually animals do come back to that same location. Except this time they're drinking on this other side. So they used to drink kind of in these trees up on this side behind us, and it was just not an ideal spot to take them out. So I'm kind of glad that we accidentally deleted the zone, because now they're over here and then they kind of spread out clear to over here, which honestly this is way more ideal than the old location. So let's see if we can take these 2 out. If it'll put its head down, we'll go for a next shot. And that's looking good. Let's see if we can get this one over here. I think, yeah, we definitely didn't get vitals, but it'll go down regardless. And, yeah, it'll definitely go down, actually. Alright, here is the one that we shot on the run. Unfortunately, because we had already shot it twice, not gonna get full score, and that first shot was actually almost on the money. We were just a little bit too far in front of it. If we hadn't let it so much, we would have hit lung. So that's a little unfortunate, but either way, we took it out, and it's really the only thing that we need to do during these little grinding sessions. And I've kind of thought about maybe using the 300. I had somebody mention that in the comments of one of the last videos, saying that they used the 300. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Real Hunts. I believe so, at least, but thank you for suggesting that. I think we will try that out during one of these videos, just to see if it speeds things up at all. The main reason I've been using the M1 is just because of the fact that it has such a quick follow-up shot, and as long as you have the recoil perks, it is just an absolute monster when it comes to grinding things quickly. And that really is my biggest priority when I choose a gun for grinding a specific species. But anyway, there's the last buck. None of these were anything special. Though it looks like we do have a few small bucks here, nothing huge, which is kind of as I expected. We haven't had a lot of big bucks during this run, which is definitely disappointing. I was hoping to get at least one that was close to 260s, but doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Alright, well, I guess we'll try to take out this one and this one right here, and maybe that one if we get the opportunity. But let's see, of course he moves now. Of course that would be what he decides to do. See if we can get the 22 trick to work on him. There we go. And he's behind a tree. Of course. Of course he would do that. Alright, well, looks like we're gonna go for these 2 instead. There we go. Got those down at least. Even though the one we wanted would not cooperate. But we got him in the end anyway, so that is awesome. 3 more bucks down. Here is the first one we shot. This one's actually kind of a wide one. I don't think I see them this wide too often, and he definitely scores a little higher than most of these small bucks do. So that's very interesting. Kind of a unique one, which is not really something you see too often with the whitetail. I feel like a lot of them are very similar. But we've actually been getting some kind of funky ones recently. Ones with really big tip-to-tip spread, just bent antlers like crazy. And of course I can't jump up that. But here is the other buck. It's definitely the smallest of the three. And this last one I think actually should be the nicest one. Maybe not actually. No, he wasn't. That's a very strange one though. Definitely an odd buck, to say the least. Alright, so we're now at what was going to be the last stop, but unfortunately they've already left, so a little unfortunate. What I'm going to do is continue on recording, but I'm only going to show the decent kills that I get, because otherwise this video would just be incredibly long if I were to just show everything until we actually do get something good. So we're going to go ahead and reset the time, and then if we do get anything good, you guys will see it next. So that right there is actually the biggest buck we've seen so far. 234 to 281, it looks really wide. I'd say this is easily a 250s buck, maybe even a 260s, so let's go ahead and smoke this guy if we can. And that should be good, and get that one while we can also. Very curious to see how big this guy is. He looked to be pretty decent. Yeah, that definitely looks like a decent buck. I'm just not sure about the mass. The mass is definitely going to hold it back a little bit, I think, but it should still be a pretty good one. And it was on the lower end, only 236, so it's a little sad. With the width of these antlers, I thought it would be bigger, but there's absolutely no mass on them, so that's definitely what held it back there. But that's pretty good tip-to-tip spread and pretty good overall spread too, so if it had just been a little thicker, this would have been a huge buck. And then this little guy right here is nothing special, but still another buck down. We've been getting a lot of them that have one of this antler and one of these, which is a little strange. I've never seen them before until today, but now we've had, I think, 3 that look like this. Now that right there is what I'm talking about. We finally have a good sized buck, and that one is absolutely massive. So we definitely want to try and get a good shot on this guy. It's pretty far away though, so I might actually try to get closer. I really don't want to screw this up. Yeah, that thing's huge. That thing is absolutely huge. I am very curious if this is going to make diamond. I'd say there's actually a chance it could. The tip-to-tip spread looks pretty good, which is one of the key things with these level 2s. So let's see, maybe we can get it to go alert. And then we'll try to get a good shot on it. That's definitely a nice buck though. That thing is absolutely giant. And I think it has the mass that we need. Just need to wait for it to go. And there we go. We got it down. Now we're just gonna pray that we did not hit the spine, because I held a little high, but I think at that range we should be okay. Yeah, we should be okay at 230, so let's hope. Yeah, that thing looks absolutely huge. And I'd say as long as these antlers are even, this one very well could make it. I just can never tell if this is as thick as the antlers get or if we're one size too low. It's so hard to tell for me, but this one's looking good. I hope it is a diamond. We'll get a couple pictures because this actually is a giant one. Definitely gonna have to move that ATV though. That is right in the way of the picture. What a beautiful buck. An absolute giant. Let's go ahead and claim this guy. Will it be a diamond? Oh my gosh, it was so close. 0.5 off of diamond. What an absolute giant. I'm curious what actually killed the score on this guy. Everything looks relatively even. In fact, this is one of the perfectly even bucks. I don't know what killed the score here. I guess maybe it just wasn't wide enough on the tip-to-tip spread. I really don't know. It's so hard to tell, but either way, that's a huge buck, an absolute monster. Definitely the best thing I've come across in the past 300 kills or so. So that's at least a nice breath of fresh air, and we did get a good shot on it. double lunged it. Very, very nice. Well, not a diamond, but very, very close. Alright, so we are now in the lodge, and I did decide to taxidermize that buck even though he was barely off a diamond, because I wanted to complete this little mount right here. We have our diamond one along with the 2 trolls, and I think that looks pretty good. It'd be nice to eventually get all diamonds, and hopefully we can one of these days, but for now I figured this will do nicely, and I also put together a second one and made it all 3 of our piebalds, so I'm definitely happy with the way these are looking so far. Unfortunately, these guys aren't super huge. Hopefully we can get a bigger rare in the future. But for now, I think this looks pretty cool. And it's honestly, I think the first time I've been able to get an all piebald huddle mount. I don't think I've ever had an all piebald one or even just all rares. So that is really, really cool. But anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. It was fun to go out and go for some whitetail once again. Real quickly, while I'm thinking of it, we'll go ahead and toss up kind of the little list of, I guess, kills that I've had. I've been kind of keeping track of every session that I do, keeping track of how many bucks I kill, which decent kills I get during that hunt, and just writing it all down. And honestly, I'm happy that I've been doing that because it gives me an idea of kind of, I guess, how often we're finding good things, and I'd say we're doing pretty good. We've had quite a bit of decent luck. Definitely had quite a dry spell for a while though. We went around 250 to 300 kills without getting anything good, but other than that, it's been pretty good. And as you can see, we've killed over 550 whitetail deer bucks as of now. The first few numbers on there are kind of approximate because I wasn't keeping track of it at first. And then eventually I decided to, so I had to kind of estimate the first couple hundred kills. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. I do post 7 videos a week along with 5 live streams. And if you haven't already, be sure to like the video because it does help me out an absolute ton. But with all that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!